我媳妇喜欢是神神人啦，谁啦？我媳妇小我，我一号，哎呀，又说呀，you don't fair, Abi. Now Aloore radio you dey. If you know they listen to Aloore radio, you are wrong. You are not doing well. If you dey listen to Aloore radio, you are doing very well, very very well. In case you are listening to me for the first time, I'm Pastor Chinko, comedian, the senior man in the industry, the biggest comedian all the way from China. Now Corona sees me for Nigeria. You understand the Pidgin, you understand Yoruba. In case you are listening to me in Hausa, I get name. Sonana Pastor Chinko. In case you be Igbo person and you dey listen to me, Afambo Pastor Chinko. Igbo people, you go kwenu. You shout ye there. All of now, when you say you don't know response, you go to shout ye. Now him. Afabo Pastor Chinko, as I said earlier, in case you speak Yoruba so well, Omo Ibadan kini so ni kila jela na ìwọ tó jẹ panla ló sọ pé rasiki kila fi jókòó kúṣí sí àná lẹ sọ pẹ̀lú plastic chair tó fi jókòó yẹn ẹlòmí àgbóorin ló fi jókòó yẹn sọ pé kúṣí sí à. Anyway, all joy. But if you speak Chinese so well and you want to pronounce my name, you don't write it on paper, you record it on your radio, on your phone. Or enemies, you call it this way. Say la for you. Chinese logo, it means Pastor Chinko. Now my name, maybe your name, Igara.
Let us take you on a journey across continents as we bring you latest news, captivating stories, and diverse perspectives from around the globe. From breaking news headlines to fascinating features, discover the stories that shapes our society and the voices that demand to be heard. It's Newspaper Review on Aloore Radio.
musiclist.com, royalty-free music for marketing and promotional videos.
Good morning, listeners out there. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of Aloore Newspaper Review, coming to you live from GSM Studio here at the Ministry of Information and Orientation Secretariat at Agodi, Ibadan. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and I'll be bringing you news, stories, major headlines coming from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Straight to the business of the day, I'll bring... Okay, my first story is coming from page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Economists dissect Nigeria's problems, prefer solutions. That's on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then this other story says, Atiku to Tinubu adopt Argentina's economic recovery initiatives to stabilize economy. Economic hardship. NLC accuses FG of plans to attack peace rallies. And this other story is coming from page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu sets up economic advisory committee, meets Dangote, Elumelu, Rabiu, Soludo, Abiodun, DG, Man. And this next one is coming from the Nigerian Tribune, page 3. Yaya Bello's legacy in infrastructure, health orders worth emulating. That's coming from the NGE, National Guild of Editors. And then this is coming from page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. Qatar makes U-turn, confirms investment forum will hold during Tinubu's visit. And then there are other stories in the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, this next one is coming from page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. Why Japa syndrome by Nigerians should not be portrayed as bad. That's coming from stakeholders. And then There's also this story from the Nigerian military operations. Nigerian Air Force graduates 47 medical personnel. And this is also coming from the Metro page of the Nigerian Tribune. NDLEA nabs port terminal operator, dock worker over 1,044 kg cocaine and Colorado. And then this is also coming from the Metro page of the Nigerian Tribune. 35-year-old man kills wife, 2 children over accusation of infidelity in Edo. Wow, that's a sad one. And let me quickly go to the sports page of the Nigerian Tribune, where their governor, Sheyi Makinde, hosted it's still ongoing, the 14th biennial police games in Adamasingba here in Ibadan. And then there's this interesting one on the sports page. Salah not in same class with Drogba or Kocha, says Ayegbeni. We have so many stories on the Nigerian Tribune, which when I return, we would dissect one after the other, or let me say we'll read to your ears one after the other. While we await that, let me quickly take a short break. When I return, I'll bring you the full gist. Stay tuned.
Let us take you on a journey across continents as we bring you latest news, captivating stories, and diverse perspectives from around the globe. From breaking news headlines to fascinating features, discover the stories that shapes our society and the voices that demand to be heard. It's Newspaper Review on Aloore Radio. Share, listen to Aloore Radio on Facebook. Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. Join our green community of listeners all around the globe by following Aloore Radio on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, Aloore Radio. YouTube, Aloore Radio. Visit our website on www.alooreradio.com. You can also download the Aloore Radio application on the Google Play Store by searching Aloore Radio. Call or send a message on 0903 985 3731. Let us take you on a journey across continents as we bring you latest news, captivating stories, and diverse perspectives from around the globe. From breaking news headlines to fascinating features, discover the stories that shapes our society and the voices that demand to be heard. It's Newspaper Review on Aloore Radio.
Okay, you're welcome back. Don't forget you may join us on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio. You could also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Aloore Radio. Our website is live, www.alooreradio.com. And you could also download our mobile apps on the Google Play Store. Straight to the business of the day. I'm bringing you this first news from page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Economic hardship. Falana writes federal government, says NLC TUC protest constitutional. Council for the Labour Movement in Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana, has written to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, asserting the constitutionality of the mass rally fixed for tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. The nationwide rally to draw attention to the excruciating standard of living crisis in the country has pitched the labor community represented by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress against the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, you may read more of this interesting story on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. The headline once again, economic hardship. Falana writes federal government says NLC TUC protest constitutional. And then this next story is coming from page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune, a follow-up to the story I read just now. Federal government planning to attack our protest, NLC alleges. The Nigerian Labour Congress has alleged that the federal government has perfected plans to unleash violent attack on its scheduled protest against economic hardship in the country. A press statement signed by the NLC president, Comrade Joe Ajero, alleged that one of such groups positioned to attack its rally is the Nigerian Civil Society Forum. You may pick a copy of the Nigerian Tribune and read more of the story on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune, where NLC is alleging that the federal government has plans to attack its protest. Then I'm going to this next story. Will soon end strike in universities, provide better welfare, Tinubu assures ASU. Worried by the incessant threat of strike action by members of the Academic Staff Union of universities over better package of condition of service, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured that the federal government has plans to adequately take care of the welfare of the university teachers. The president made this known on Saturday at the 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th combined convocation ceremony of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, ATBU, held in Gubi campus. Okay, the president was apparently represented by the Director of University Education at the Federal Ministry of Education, Ochodo James. You may read more of this story on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, at this juncture, let's quickly take a break, and then when we return, we'll bring you more news. Thank you.
Whether you're a native of Ibadan or a visitor, Aloore Radio brings you closer to the heart and soul of Oyo State and beyond. Aloore Radio, the online radio that amplifies the voice of Oyo State. Share, listen to Aloore Radio on Facebook. Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. We bring you everything from breaking news.
President must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation.
World news, sport, music, and many more. To listen to our programs, follow us live on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Aloore Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aloore Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aloore Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you know when we are live. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. Share, listen to Aloore Radio on Facebook. Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State.
Okay, you're welcome back. My next story is coming from Ondo State. Sustain Akeredolu's legacies. Bishop charges Ayedatiwa at Thanksgiving service. The Bishop of Owo Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Stephen Ayodeji Fagbemi has charged the governor of Ondo State, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, to continue with the legacies of the late Rotimi Akeredolu, saying his footprints remain etched in the history of the state. Fagbemi stated this in Owo during the Thanksgiving service in honor of the late governor held at the Cathedral Church of St. Andrew in Mola, Owo, on Sunday. You may read more of that story. It's a sad one from Ondo State, where the bishop of Anglican or Anglican diocese is charging the governor of Ondo State to sustain Akeredolu's legacies. And then I'm bringing this next story from page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. How Nigeria can achieve economic prosperity through real estate. Coming from experts. Disturbed by the economic challenges confronting the country, Nigerian government has been urged to look into the direction of real estate sector for the nation's prosperity. Converging in Lagos at the weekend for their general meeting in Lagos, practitioners under the auspices of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, REDAN, urged government to leverage on real estate development to stimulate economic activity and help in achieving economic prosperity. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. How Nigeria can achieve economic prosperity through real estate. Alright, let me bring you this next story from page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Northern senators commend Tinubu orders for lifting sanctions on Niger Republic. The Northern Senators Forum has commended the Economic Community of West African States for lifting economic sanctions on Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. President of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Toure, at the weekend announced the suspension of the closure of the land and air border to Niger, a no-fly zone of all commercial flights. Okay, that's on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then this is coming from page 6, the business and economic page of the Nigerian Tribune. Economists dissect Nigeria's problems, prefer solutions. Economists have reached a consensus that blocking fiscal leakages, the need for the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration to establish an economic think tank with seasoned economists, and the need for the fiscal authorities to take the lead with a properly communicated fiscal policy framework that addresses the economic challenges adversely affecting the country are part of the ways out of Nigeria's economic hardship. That's on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Economists dissect Nigeria's problems, prefer solutions. It's a page, the story is on a whole page. It's a long one. You can pick a copy of the Nigerian Tribune and read more. And then this next story is coming from page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. Peg customs duty exchange rate at 1,000 naira per dollar to ease current hardship. That's coming from the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprises, CPPE, appealing to the Central Bank of Nigeria to peg the customs duty exchange rate at 1,000 naira per dollar for the rest of the year, in line with the federal government's commitment to ease the current hardships of the citizens and the burden on businesses. Okay, you may read more of that story on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. And let's bring you this next story, still on the Nigerian Tribune. The next story is coming from still on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. Bello inaugurated as 28th chairman of Ibadan NSE. Mr. Ibrahim Folarin Bello, FNSE, has been inaugurated as the 28th chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ibadan branch. Other members of the new executive are Ayokunu Ojedele, Atalade Otunla, Salman Ismail, Tosin Omorinde, and Babatunde Oguntunde, amongst others. You may read more of the story on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then this is also coming from the Nigerian Tribune, bringing this next story on page 21 of the Nigerian Tribune. It says war on sachet alcohol, multinationals as the unseen hand. Uneasy, calm, anxiety, and palpable tension have been the lot of Nigeria's wine and spirit market of late. This is definitely not unconnected with plans by the National Foods and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to enforce the ban it had earlier placed on the production of alcohol in sachets or in less than 200 milliliters PET in the country. You may read more of that story. It's on the brands and marketing page of the Nigerian Tribune. Alright. Okay. This next story is coming from the politics page of the Nigerian Tribune. Says we have no pact with Oyebanji APC in Ekiti State. Southwest PDP says the People's Democratic Party has declared that it does not have any pact or agreement with the ruling All Progressive Congress in Ekiti State. There has been insinuations and reports that the opposition party, due to actions of some of its leaders, might have signed a pact with Biodun Oyebanji-led APC government in the state. Okay, at this juncture, let me take a quick break and then we'll return for the final segment of this newspaper review. Thank you.
Let us take you on a journey across continents as we bring you latest news, captivating stories, and diverse perspectives from around the globe. From breaking news headlines to fascinating features, discover the stories that shapes our society and the voices that demand to be heard. It's Newspaper Review on Aloore Radio.
And this is still on. You're welcome back. Don't forget, you can still join us on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio, and you could subscribe to our YouTube channel at Aloore Radio. Our website is still live, www.alooreradio.com, and you could also download our mobile app on the Google Play Store. I'm bringing this next story from the politics news page of the Nigerian Tribune on page 22. Which says success credibility of 2023 general election prevented violence, says group. A non-governmental organization, the National Unity Forum, has said the success and credibility of the 2023 general election prevented those with sinister motives from orchestrating post-poll violence in the country. That's coming from page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune. You may pick a copy to read more. Tinubu will not resign. That's coming from Abiola Ogundokun, the former National Publicity Secretary of the defunct National Party of Nigeria, NPN. High Chief Abiola Ogundokun on Sunday has told those asking President Bola Tinubu to resign due to the current socio-economic challenges facing the country to bury the idea. Okay, you may read more of that story. It's an interesting one. Page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, I'm bringing this next story from the Metro page. Let's quickly fly to the Metro page of the Nigerian Tribune. We do not have time. Okay, the Metro page, on the Metro page 30 of the Nigerian Tribune. NDLEA nabs port terminal operator dock worker over 1,000 kg cocaine, Colorado. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has begun to unmask members of an organized criminal network behind the recent importation of 2 containers laden with illicit drugs, as well as assorted arms and ammunition from Durban, South Africa, to the Tinkan seaport in Lagos. Among those already arrested as members of the syndicate are a clearing and notify party, of the two containers, Aloore, surname withheld, a dock worker, and Anjorin and Uzairu, surname withheld, who is in charge of the terminal at the port. Okay, you may read more of that story on page 30 of the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, let me quickly fly to the sports page of the Nigerian Tribune, which I'm bringing you two stories from the sports page of the Nigerian Tribune. 14 biennial police games, actions resume today. Actions will resume today across all venues of the 14th biennial police games tagged Aloore 2024 in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. According to the program of events made available to Tribune Sport by the organizer, the game of tug of war has commenced at the Oyo State Police Headquarters Aloore on Saturday, but most of the rest will start at various venues today. Salah not in same class with Drogba or Okocha, says Ayegbeni. Former Nigerian international Yakubu Ayegbeni has thrown a dig at Liverpool winger Mohamed Salah, claiming the Egyptian isn't world class. Wow. Okay, you may read more of that story on page 31 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also have other sports page and other interesting sports news and other interesting news on the Nigerian Tribune, which grabbing a copy won't be a bad idea. Thank you for staying tuned. My name is Olamide Adeniji. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay tuned. Thank you. God bless you.
SafeMusicList.com, royalty-free music for marketing.
We bring you everything from breaking news,
President must know that this is a bad time for our nation.